In the year 2387, the Epsilon Veil Nebula wasn't just a cloud of ionized gas and newborn stars. It was a border, a scar across the Orion arm where the Ascendant Concord and the Iron Dominion had drawn their lines in vacuum for 3 generations. Captain Lyra Voss commanded the Aegis Thorn, a Concord heavy cruiser that had once been beautiful sleek silver lines, cobalt blue plasma conduits glowing like veins. Now her hull was pitted with railgun scars and patched ablative plates, and half her starboard missile bays were cold, empty sockets. The Dominion had been probing for weeks. Small wolf packs of corvettes, testing reaction times, mapping sensor shadows. Today, they stopped probing. At 3:17 ship time, the tactical plot lit up like a funeral pyre. Multiple contacts, bearing 040 Mark 13. The sensor officer reported, voice flat with the calm that comes before screaming. Profile match. Dominion Reaver-class battlecruisers. 6 confirmed. 3 more probable. Closing at point 8C. Lyra stared at the hull. The enemy formation was a blunt spearhead, not the usual feint. They were committing. Helm, bring us about to intercept vector. Weapons free on primary batteries only save the kinetics for when they're inside our envelope. Comes. Tight beam to fleet command, engaging superior force. Epsilon Veil Grid, 7-7. Request immediate reinforcement. There would be no immediate reinforcement. The nearest Concord battle group was 16 hours away at best speed. The Thorn and her 3 screening destroyers were all that stood between the Dominion and the refugee convoy carrying 2 million souls from the glassed world of Calyx Prime. The range closed brutally fast. At 4 light seconds, the Dominion opened fire. Brilliant violet lances of particle beams stabbed through the nebula haze. One caught the destroyer's swift talon amid. Her fusion core breached in a silent white flower that lit the gas clouds for a heartbeat before the vacuum drank it. Lyra felt the Thorn shudder as countermeasures flared decoy drones. Chaff clouds laced with reflective mylar filaments, electronic ghosts screaming false signatures. Return fire, she said quietly. All forward coils. The Thorn's main guns answered with a low, bone-deep hum. Cobalt plasma bolts raced outward at a fraction of light speed. Too slow to be dodged at this range, but too fast for meaningful evasion. The lead Dominion battlecruiser took 3 hits square on the bow. Armor sloughed away in molten sheets. Secondary explosions rippled back along its spine like a zipper opening, but the Dominion kept coming. At 2 light seconds, the fight became intimate. Fighters spilled from both sides, Concord Hornets weaving like silver midges, Dominion Montecores trailing arcs of crimson tracer fire. Railguns chattered in the silence. Point defense lasers flickered like dying stars. A Montecore squadron slipped past the Thorn's flank and hammered the iron resolve. The destroyer came apart in sections, engine module tumbling one way, habitation ring the other, spilling atmosphere that froze instantly into glittering snow. Lyra's bridge was red-lit now, klaxons long since silenced to preserve sanity. Damage reports scrolled endlessly. Port armor belt at 17%, engineering reported. Main reactor, shielding holding barely. Target the second Reaver, full kinetic barrage. The Thorn spat her remaining railgun slugs tungsten penetrators the size of freight containers, accelerated to relativistic speeds. They crossed the gap in milliseconds. The targeted battlecruiser simply ... vanished. A brief flare of Hawking radiation as its mass converted to gamma rays. The Dominion flagship, the Ecliptic Maw, answered personally. A spindle-mounted antimatter lance. A weapon outlawed by every treaty since the first expansion war. The beam was invisible until it struck. Then space itself seemed to bruise purple around the impact point. The Thorn rang like a struck bell. Half the ship went dark. Gravity flickered. Lyra's chair restraints bit into her shoulders as emergency bulkheads slammed. Status tree barked. Lost dorsal batteries, Sections 7 through 14, venting, casualties. The Maw was turning to finish them. Lyra looked at the halotable one last time. The refugee convoy was still 18 minutes from jump point. 18 minutes was forever. Helm, she said, voice steady, ram course. Straight at their bridge tower. Overcharge the remaining reactor. Everything we've got. If we're going out, we're taking that bastard with us. No one argued. No one hesitated. The Aegis Thorn lit her remaining drives and charged. Across the void, the ecliptic Maw's commander saw the dying cruiser coming and understood. For the first time in the battle, he hesitated. Too late. The two ships met at a combined closing speed of 0.4 c. In the final millisecond before impact,